first and second in Class B. Terrific scrap there, and now we're with Jerry Marnie in 12th position. Mike Smith ahead of us in the BMW M3. He has had trouble earlier in the race, and straight past the BMW goes the Ford. Jerry Marnie at the wheel, into the chicane. Marnie's gone up into 11th place. Mike Smith, number 32, has gone down to 12th. Behind him is Leach in the Rover. And up to McLean's and on to Coppice, Andy Rouse. But Win Percy is gaining. The Nissan is definitely catching the Ford of Andy Rouse. The multiple British champion Andy Rouse is being caught by Win Percy, this tremendously experienced multi-British champion himself. So we've got the two top men out in front. Under the bridge they go, down to the chicane to complete another lap. Andy Rouse leading, number 22. Win Percy second, number 23. Out of the chicane, down the straight. We're riding with Win Percy up into 5th gear. Now watch him go down through the gears to Redgate. Straight back from 5th to 3rd. So it's Rouse ahead, leading. Percy second. Newman is in 3rd place. Graham Good is 4th. Lawrence Bristow is 5th. And Guy Edwards is in 6th position. Up to the old hairpin. And off onto the grass goes Jeff Kimber-Smith's Toyota Corolla. There it is. Straight past it we go. Andy Rouse ahead. Watch him get through these two men. Pass one to the right, pass the other to the left. And Win Percy closes right up. Down into 3rd gear. Out of McLean's. Up towards Coppice. And here are the first two. There's hardly anything between the Ford and the Nissan now. Win Percy chasing Andy Rouse under the bridge. This is the fastest part of the course, 125 miles an hour. Down through the gears again. Up into 2nd for the chicane. Right, left, Rouse. Percy. This is a fantastic drive by the GTS Nissan. It's only the 2nd time it's appeared in competition this year. It nearly won the ETC round here at Donington, and now there's only Andy Rouse's Ford ahead of it. Redgate. Rouse has now got Win Percy looming large in his mirror. Onto Craner curves. Building up speed. Andy Rouse, of course, tremendously experienced, as is Win Percy. But Rouse has got the racing line. It's going to be very difficult. And there's Leach. And Barry Williams has caught him. Barry Williams right up with Dennis Leach's Rover. And now Barry Williams is going through, taking the Rover. Number 43, Barry Williams goes through up to 12th position. And here's what happened to him on lap 2. Spins off, goes onto the grass, rejoins, and now he's fought his way up. It's all excitement and anticipation in the pit lane. And here's why. Andy Rouse leading, right behind him is Win Percy. It's getting to be a very close thing as Mike Smith exits the pits to rejoin the race after going off. And soon there'll be driver changes for all the cars. This is the old hairpin. And Andy Rouse is fighting for his life and 1st place now, because Win Percy is swarming all over the rear of the Ford Cosworth. We're travelling with Win Percy and the Nissan. Ahead of us is Andy Rouse, the race leader. Out of McLean's, look how close it is. Up to Coppice. Now this is Win Percy's chance. He's in an ideal position to slingshot his way through into the lead. Coming right up alongside the Ford Sierra Cosworth of Andy Rouse. Under the bridge, Rouse pulls away. There's more horsepower with the Ford than there is with the Nissan there. Down into the chicane, and Win Percy's going through. He takes the lead. Win Percy leads. He's got a clear track ahead of him, and he has just broken the lap record. 94.4 miles an hour. Percy leads, Rouse 2nd, Newman 3rd. Bristow has gone up into 4th position. Good has gone down to 5th place, and Guy Edwards is 6th. Redgate. Percy, and now the chicane. Carl Jones, Ratzenberger, and Weaver. We're with Ratzenberger now. Ahead of us is Carl Jones. Passing Kevin Eaton's Toyota on the left there as they go into the right-hander at Redgate. Well, Jones is through. Now Ratzenberger with the left-hand drive BMW is through. On to the old hairpin. 6 cars approach it, and 3 of them are lapping the other 3. Just look at this. Ratzenberger and Weaver are past Jones. Look back from Ratzenberger's car. That's Weaver behind in 9th position. Up now to McLean's. Ratzenberger is 8th. Weaver in the white BMW is 9th. And they're both coming up to lap Tony Crudgington's Toyota Corolla at Coppice. They do so. Through they go. Ratzenberger first, then Weaver. Down the straight and into the chicane comes Wyn Percy and Andy Rouse. They're lapping a very smoky Graham Hathaway's Ford. Past it they go. We're travelling with Rouse. Wyn Percy is ahead, the race leader, up to Redgate. Percy, Rouse. The Nissan pulls away, and it looks like Wyn Percy has got it made. And back at Redgate corner, 3 cars almost together. Newman 3rd, Bristow 4th, Graham Good there in 5th place. Down to the chicane, Ratzenberger, Weaver, Jones, and Jerry Marnie. And now we're in car with Jerry Marnie in 11th place with Carl Jones ahead. Down to Redgate. And the revs die. There's a problem. A snap. What was that? Going into Redgate corner. And Jerry Marnie is slowing up, obviously an engine problem. He's going quite slowly now. Here's a replay. Look, a puff of steam. Something has blown. Something has blown indeed. Jerry Marnie into the pits. Let's see if we're going to see what it is. Up comes the bonnet. There's the problem. Steam coming up from the front of the engine. Jerry Marnie sits in the car. It looks like a broken hose. So Jones stays in 10th position. No, he doesn't. He goes straight off as I say it. Carl Jones out of the race. And onto the chicane. Andy Rouse is back with Wyn Percy, battling for the lead. Down to Redgate. Percy on the inside, Rouse on the outside. Percy holds the first position. Rouse ducks out and gets past. Rouse in the Sierra leads Percy in the Nissan. They're coming up now to lap Graham Hathaway's car again. And Rouse is boxed in. Percy gets through, straight through the middle. What a fantastic bit of driving. Wyn Percy has regained the lead in the Nissan. Now, can Andy Rouse get past the Nissan again? He's done it once. Can he do it a second time? They come up to McLean's, on towards Coppice, and in front of them, Tony Crudgington's Toyota Corolla. Percy is through. Percy's past Crudgington. Now Rouse has got to get past him, and he does so. Up to the fastest part of the course again. Andy Rouse is catching the Nissan. He's going to take him. He's back in the lead. Andy Rouse takes the lead again in the Ford Sierra Cosworth through the chicane. Percy's dropping back. He's going into the pits. This is where Wyn Percy is changing drivers and Alan Grice is going to take over. So Mike Newman there is now second. And there's Wyn Percy out of the car. Alan Grice is in it. Slams the door, and at Redgate, Lawrence Bristow, number 19, is in 3rd place as Alan Grice exits in 5th place. And that's Graham Good in the pits. He was 5th. Guy Edwards comes in. He's going to hand over to Johnny Dumfries, the ex-Grand Prix driver. Helping him with the belts, changing the wheels. Dumfries is going to go out. Guy Edwards has completed his stint. And this is Lawrence Bristow handing over to Tim Harvey. chicane, Andy Rouse is leading. Starting another lap. Out of the chicane, onto Redgate. I am going in. Next lap. Thanks for telling us, Andy. So now we're with the race leader, but is he going to be able to hold the race lead when he goes in to change drivers at the end of this lap?